there she is. New Holland 9-foot sickle mower. 3-point hitch. I'm going to see if I can get that hooked up to my tractor today and get it working again. It should work. It worked last time I used it. Oh, at least 10 years ago, maybe longer. But I seem to remember cutting with it in the hayfield. 2015. I think that's the last time I made square bales. It wasn't 2015, it was 2013. It's been a while. And that belongs to the farm, but I borrowed it. And I kept it here because I didn't want my brother selling it. But I'll bring it back to the farm someday. Yeah, if I can guarantee that they can guarantee they won't sell it. Anyway, let's go take a closer look at it. The hay rake is mine. I bought that. But the sycamore, I have a 7-footer over there on the other side of that baler. That baler is mine too, Ford baler. I got a 7-foot sycamore over there. But I think I borrowed this because there was something wrong with the 7-footer, I think. I'm not sure why I stopped using the 7-footer. But I use this at least one year anyway. I don't know if I used it more than 1 year or not. Anyway, it used to be set up on top of those blocks, some blocks and then some wood. But I guess over time, over the years, the dirt settled and the weight of the mower made it lean. Yeah, and it just fell off the blocks. But I think I can get it hooked up. I think I can get it hooked up. Look, Cat, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm going to try to use that to cut the big pasture. And if it works there, I'll cut it. Yeah, I'm just going to give it a try. Instead of using that old bush hog over there. That's my original bush hog that I bought. That one belongs to the farm, but they weren't using it no more because it's all rusty. So I borrowed it. That one there has a story behind it. I'll share it sometime. Maybe I already did. Oh boy. At least it ain't hot. Yeah. At least it ain't hot. I haven't even used my air conditioner in the house yet this year. Because the temperatures, I never really got that hot. And my house stays cool enough. The only problem with my house is the dampness. Yeah. But if I keep the windows open and fans running, keeps cool. Yeah, on the 7-footer more, I covered that up with plastic. But on this one, I thought I was going to use it again. So I never did, covered it up. But I should have. Kept the rust off. Anyway, let's get a closer look at it. Yeah. That part there was on this side of the tree at one point. It was leaning against that tree. But it fell the other way. Yeah, I hook it up there, there, and there. I'll get it going again. Like I said, it worked when I parked it here. Let's see if I can get it out of there. And this is the 7-foot New Holland sycamore. Yeah, I got the blade covered up, or the sickle part covered up with plastic. I should have covered the whole thing up with plastic, but I didn't. Maybe next time. Here's an example of that buckhorn in my yard. Yeah, it's just, I don't like it in the hayfield. It just takes up space. And I think it crowds everything out, but so far this one ain't crowding out nothing. But give it time. The sycamore I'm going to be working on today, getting it hooked up to the tractor. It's a little sticky. It's overcast, so it's cooler, but it's so humid. Muggy, is that the word? Muggy? Yeah, muggy. Yeah. So sticky. Anyway, that's what I'll be doing. Where we get going. It keeps following me around. Okay. Let's see what I can do today. Huh? What I found up there. There's some maple leaves, or maple trees growing in my gutter. Guess I better clean that out before they plug up the whole thing. I got the bottom 2 points hooked up. That has to slide in a little bit first. The hard part, I gotta slide this thing up there to put it in there. I gotta take that out. That comes out, and that one goes in that hole. So let's see if I can get that done. I got it lifted up a little bit. Yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna get that into there. Oh, I've got a little problem. I got those 2 points hooked up. I can't quite get that one in there yet, but I'm gonna try again. But while I was doing that, I had that tied to the tree over there, and then I propped it up. I propped it up with that T-post there. But as soon as I took the wire off, the T-post fell back. The whole thing fell backwards more than it was before. So that caused it. So I had to hold it up by. When I tried to hold it up with my hand, the T-post fell onto the fence. I got shocked by the T-post touching the fence more than once. And then luckily I had this board there leaning against that tree, and I was able to prop that up temporarily. Now I got a rope tied to the tractor. I'm going to try to pull that forward, but I want to see if I can hook that up again one more time before I do that. Okay, before I get a shot to this side. Well, at least I got it hooked up on the bottom. Well, I'm going to have to pull that up now. Pull that up. Yeah, without hitting this tree. Well, we have a little trouble. I can't seem to pull that to either rope. I got 2 ropes tied to it now. What I want to do, pull it up a little bit. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Lift it up and pull it up. Pull up a little bit and then lift it at the same time. And hopefully my ropes will hold. Pull it forward, but now I got to cut some of them limbs off so I got to get that thing to go up, so I can turn that tree. So I got to pull that lever out so I can lift it up this way. But after I pulled it out a little bit, I don't know why, but I got it chained. I guess I didn't want nobody stealing it, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully it's not locked. I don't know if I got a key. I gotta check that out. I gotta get that chain off of there now. I do have a padlock on it, and I couldn't even guess where I might have the key. So I'm gonna just cut that off with the bolt cutter. Be done with it. I got the lock off with the bolt cutter. I got the chain off too. I got the chain off. Now I gotta cut a few limbs off of there and just see if I can get that pushed up over up above, higher than up past the tree. It's been a struggle trying to figure it out. I think I got it cleared. I got these ropes tied to it, and I got that yellow rope, the dark yellow, tied so it'll hold it that way and pull it this way when I pull up. And this other rope here, I got it tied so it'll just pull it this way with the tractor. And then I got a board up there, or I mean a stick to hold it. I had to pry it around that tree. Now when I start pulling it, that board might fall down. Hopefully when that board falls down, that yellow rope will hold it from going that way. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. If I can pull it forward fast enough before it falls back against the tree, I should be okay. Yeah, I think if I pull it forward, let's just hope it works. If not, I guess I'll have to keep trying something else. I shut the tractor off because it was taking too long to get her unstuck. Well, I gotta pass the tree, but now I gotta pick off some ropes and get the rest of it attached. Well, I got it out. This ain't set up right. This is still too far back. I gotta get this all to go that way, but I think if I put something across here to hold that from going back any farther, I think that'll help. Because I gotta back up to push this that way, and I'll do that with a rope. I got a T-post braced in there, and I've got a 2x4 brace. So when I back up, hopefully those two will hold it as I push this thing forward. Let's see if that works. Oh, finally got that hooked up. And I got my third arm hooked up there, and that dropped down into that hole there. But it's still too far away. I gotta bring this up, which means I gotta back the tractor up now. And I've got it braced there, so hopefully that'll hold. Let's hope so. I still got it tied to the tractor. Well, turns out I didn't have to back up. All I had to do was raise this up. And now it looks like I can attach that. Yeah, that's straightened it up. Yeah. Took the stock out. I didn't do nothing there. Took the stock out of that rope. It's up in the air, and let's see if I can attach that third arm. Well, we got her hooked up. I don't have the power takeoff on yet, so I'm going to clean that up and grease it up before I hook it up. Now I left the ropes on there because I'm going to drive it out somewhere and lower that down so I can take the ropes off easier. But I got it. I just got to get it all lubricated. Well, it took some doing, but I got it. Yeah, I got her hooked up. Let's put it out in the open somewhere. So I can pull down the triple blade bar. I got it out in the open. That's hooked up. Finally. I noticed that the bars there are bent. The runners are supposed to set on. I don't know if I can straighten them out, but I'll try. This one's not too bad. I don't know how it got bent. Might have been bent before, who knows. Anyway, I'm going to flip that bar down so I can take those ropes off. Yeah, I got it down. And as a car drove by and stopped at the neighbor's trailer or house, whatever it is. And before the car even got here, way over there, I could hear the boom box. I can hear a little bit now, but it's a lot louder when it was in the car. That thing was booming all the way here. And it's loud when it passed here. I don't know if it's the car doing that noise now or inside their house. Anyway, sometimes I have to listen to that loud stuff. Anyway, I can take the ropes off now. Oh boy, that reminds me of when I used to cut hay with that thing a long time ago, when we used to bale square bales. Those days are gone. But I can still use it to mow the weeds in the pasture. At least I hope I can. Well, this is an old photo of me on my tractor at the farm, on the north end of the farm, with the sickle mower. But I'm not sure if that's my, I think that's my dad. I think that's my dad's mower. If not, then it's the 7-footer that I bought. Either one. Anyway, I think that might be the 7-footer. But I'm not sure. But it's from 2000. 2000. Same tractor though. Yeah, it's the same field. Yeah, I'm still cutting. That's alfalfa. I remember that. It was pretty good hay, pretty good alfalfa. I think it was my first try at planting alfalfa. My dad never tried alfalfa. He always planted clover with Timothy. I was trying something new. That's when I still had the cattle at the, I don't know, 2000? Yeah, 2000. I thought I moved my cattle over in 1990, something like that. So, oh, anyway, at least I think this is 2000. This is an old photo. Me on the tractor cutting alfalfa with my sickle. I think it'll still work. Belt's still tight. Don't know if I got any belt dressing, but may not need it. Yeah. Well, I don't feel like doing nothing with it today. But tomorrow I'm going to grease it all, clean it up, oil that bar there real good. Let's take a closer look at it. It's kind of rusty. I should have had it covered. Well, the blades are rusty, but they look like they're cut. Yeah, I got to grease that up real good. I think that's where I had my problem on my 7-footer. Somewhere in this area here, I think. I'm not really sure when I stopped using it. Or maybe I just wanted to use this 9-footer. Who knows? Now, I remember my dad though. Every year, because he did all the cutting when I was growing up. He did all the cutting the clover and the Timothy and whatever he had to cut. He's the one who used this. He only had me do the disking and stuff and harrowing, things like that. And he wouldn't even let me plow. I had to learn how to plow on my own. Well, my neighbors hired me to run their tractors, but my dad, not so much. Anyway. Oh yeah, what I was saying. Yeah, every year we we would unbolt that, right? Unbolt that sickle. He would take it instead of fixing them. Sometimes he would fix them if they broke, but normally he would take that in every year, buy a new one, buy a whole new sickle bar blade with the teeth on it and everything. Yeah, because he didn't want to mess with it. But if something broke like that there, that looks like it's been replaced. If something needs replaced, then we had the punches and stuff and the rivets to replace them. But only if he had to do one or two. But every year I remember he bought a new sickle bar because he didn't want to mess with an old one. But I guess I won't worry about that. Yeah, it won't be hard to grease this thing. I have the I cleaned that up there, and I cleaned the power takeoff down there. I cleaned that up so I can hook it up better. Everything's working good there. I didn't grease it now. I didn't grease nothing yet on the knuckle there, but I gotta clean that up and grease that, and grease everything else and oil that cable. Just right there mostly. Yeah, and grease all that stuff. Yeah, but like I said, see, it works. So I think I can get it to work. Enough for weeds in the pasture. Too hot out here now. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll probably go over there in the shade tomorrow morning and work on it. Right now I'm going to fold it up and park my tractor under the carport. I don't think it's going to fit. I don't think it would have. Yeah, we'll see. Let me put that back up. Well, as close as I can get. Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm having a problem raising that up. Yeah, with the tractor running. I don't know why. It wouldn't raise it up by itself. I just put new hydraulic oil in recently. But it seems like it's not, even the power steering wasn't working for a while there. I was trying to raise that up, and I couldn't turn the front wheels. But then after the tractor ran for a while, then everything picked up. I guess it was too much picking that up, I guess. About the only thing I ever haul on that thing is the bale spare. So that's a little bit heavier. Yeah. Anyway, I'll look into that when I start using it. It looks like it's up as high as it'll go. Normally I don't need to have it up very high when I'm mowing, if at all. Normally I pick it up when I go around my turns. Yeah. We'll see. I'll get it fixed up first. Get it all lubricated tomorrow. I can lower it down without it running. Yeah, I gotta bend that foot rail leg there. I gotta bend it out somehow. I'll think of something. Well, it's 6 p.m. and I did what I needed to do today. Hook this, whatever it's called now, sickle bar mower to the tractor. A lot of effort to get it hooked up because it fell off its support where I had put it for 10 or more years. I had it over there. I thought I had it pretty secure, but the ground sank, and that's what happened. If I decide to put it in the same place, I got to make that foundation a little more solid. I could use some rocks to help with that, but I don't have any more rocks left. I could get a couple bags of cement and make a good foundation for it, but I may not keep it here too much longer since it belongs to the farm. But I'll set it up where it won't, hopefully it won't sink again. Yeah, but if I do, I'm going to move it over just a hair this way, so that bar that goes up that way will actually lean against the tree better. Over that way. Yeah, I'll make it better. And it was. I also feel like it's time I cleaned up all this stuff around here. All those phones were from the place where I used to work. I don't know why I got those. But those long beams there, I made those for the Oilers. I had a few at the farm. But when I moved my cattle, I brought that back with me, and I didn't really need that one. But I can put it up. It's still good. I use treated lumber. The only one that's maybe not good is the board I had between the tops. I had the tops tied together with a bolt on the end. Anyway, I need to clean that up. I need to clean those up. I need to take those old lawnmowers out to my dump. That one and that one. I got an old wheelbarrow. If I had new wood for the handles, I could probably fix that wheelbarrow. That's the kind of wheelbarrow that has one tire in the middle. Yeah, but I need to clean up all this stuff around here. It's an eyesore every time I drive through or walk through. But not today. I think that was my first riding lawnmower. I forget why it stopped running. But I remember this one. I bought this at an auction. It ran for a while, but then something happened to the block. It got a big hole in it. So that stopped working. I liked it too. I was able to hitch stuff to it. Now, why you had to hitch that far down, I don't know. Anyway, there's an old piece of the a cattle feeder, or actually a horse that was designed for horses, horse feeder. But I got it because it would allow the Highland cattle to put their horns over that gap. Yeah, clean them up. Clean all that wood up. Yeah, that wood there, those 4x4s, they're not treated. They were from my old job at the lumber company from the, what is it, the 80s? Yeah, 80s, because I started at the auto parts plant in 88. Yeah, so in the early 80s. No, the 80s I was working there. Late 70s too. I forget when I started, but it was a dry kiln lumber company. Hardwood. And they were getting rid of those, so I just took them. They said it was okay. But they rotted. Yeah. Wouldn't hurt to clean it up. I ought to clean that up too. What's left of my chicken house. So much to clean up. Okay. I'm done for today. I'm tired. There's a lot of work getting that thing off of there. The hard part was not hooking it up, but the hard part was getting it on this side of that tree, the bar. And I did it. Well, while I'm out here, I guess I'll check the mail. Okay, I know what I'm going to be working on tomorrow. Getting that thing all greased up and oiled. Ready to use. I still got to wait for the pasture to dry up after that. Oh, by the way, I checked the rain bucket today. The rain I got yesterday, I think when I checked it in the morning, it was a ½ inch. But then, I think it was a ½ inch. But then I checked it this morning, and it was 1.25 inches. So I got another 3/4 of an inch during the day. So It might take a while for that pasture to dry up a little bit, enough to do some sickle, get the tractor in there, or to use this thing on the weeds. But I'm not in any hurry. I'll get to it when I get to it. Well, I think that's all for today. I'm just tired. All right. Tomorrow's another day. Well, it's still 85 degrees at 6:15 p.m. So it was warm today. It was warm. Well, the cattle must be getting enough to eat because they're in about the same place they were this morning. Aren't you, girls and boys? Old mama cow's not around. She's either in the water or in the barn, but I don't feel like looking for them. I saw her earlier today out there by the, over there by where I was working on that, down the hill from where I was working on that sickle mower. So I think she's okay. She was eating. Okay, that's all for today. Oh, cat. I heard the cow in the water over the hill there in the pond. I heard her making some splashing noises. Oh, all right, girl. I didn't mean to get you up. I think it's time I moved all that buckets and stuff away from the wood in the garden. Oh yeah, that looks better. I still put them out to collect rainwater. Like that, I'll do that one there. That's my rain bucket. Because I never bought a new rain gauge yet, because that one, the glass broke on that one during the winter. Actually, it was this spring. I think it was during a hailstorm, but I forgot to turn it upside down, or even if it did, I think a hail fell into the glass and broke the bottom out. Yeah, I think if I buy another one, I'll make it plastic. Anyway, that lemongrass is starting to expand. I think it's about time I took some samples off the side, some stalks off the side. If I can get some root to go with them, and then I can plant them over here. I plant one over here, and 3 in the back, and maybe one here too, just like I had last year. I had 6 last year. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. I gotta do a different way of transplanting them for the house during the winter. Yeah, I made a mistake of making the bunches too big. Too much root and not enough dirt. Well, that's all I did today, and that was enough. I didn't realize it was in the mid-80s today. It was hot.